He was seen by dozens of people over 7 years, described by 43 witnesses, identified by no one, and 5 people are dead because of him. London has always kept secrets, but even by London standards, the case known among Scotland Yard investigators as the Kensington Phantom stands entirely apart. This was not a killer hiding in darkness. This was a killer who moved through some of the most visible and prestigious addresses in the city, seen, described, and leaving traces, yet evaded identification for the better part of a decade. This is the documented story of the Kensington Phantom. To understand the Kensington Phantom, you first have to understand the world he operated in. Kensington and its surrounding streets, Holland Park, Notting Hill Gate, Earl's Court, and South Kensington, represented a particular stratum of London life in the early 1970s. Old money, new money, diplomats, publishers, and barristers. Addresses where strangers in good coats were not questioned, and the assumption of respectability was extended almost automatically. The victims were all drawn from this world. 3 widows of independent means, a retired Foreign Office attaché, and a property solicitor. All living alone, all well-connected, all known socially at various removes to the same narrow circle. The unusual feature of this series, according to Scotland Yard, was the extraordinary social access demonstrated by the perpetrator. He moved through Kensington society with a fluency that suggested either genuine membership or a studied impersonation, indistinguishable from the real thing. 5 victims, 7 years, and a perpetrator whom Scotland Yard would never publicly confirm they had identified beyond all reasonable doubt. The Kensington Phantom's method was studied, patient, and devastatingly effective. He did not break in, he was invited in. In each of the 5 confirmed cases, the victim received a social contact in the days prior, by letter, telephone, or in person, from someone presenting himself as a mutual acquaintance. An evening visit would follow, and each victim was found dead within 48 hours. The initial cause of death was recorded as cardiac failure. No signs of forced entry, no signs of struggle. By early 1974, Detective Chief Superintendent Harold Vane had formally linked the 5 deaths. His team had collected 43 witness statements describing the man they called the Kensington Phantom. The composite was entirely unremarkable. A male aged 55 to 65, silver-haired, well-built, well-dressed in a dark overcoat and leather gloves, with impeccably polished shoes and an educated Southern English accent. Courteous, assured, and entirely at ease. He moved through Kensington like a man who belonged. Not one of the 43 witnesses found him memorable at the time. They recalled him only in retrospect. He did not disappear. He became unremarkable. The break came in November 1974 with the survival of Lady Constance Ashford Whitmore. She had been visited by a man claiming to be an old acquaintance of her late husband from the Garrett Club. The next morning, she collapsed and was rushed to hospital. She survived. Toxicological analysis revealed a digitalis glycoside overdose that would have caused cardiac arrest indistinguishable from natural heart failure. In the previous 5 deaths, no such screening had been performed. Lady Ashford Whitmore's description, combined with the Garrett Club connection, gave investigators a traceable lead. Within 72 hours, they identified Mr. Alistair Drummond Blythe, age 61, a former Lloyd's underwriter with impeccable social credentials and documented financial connections to the estates of at least 3 victims. He was arrested on December 3, 1974, at the Reform Club on Pall Mall. He was reading the Financial Times, folded it carefully, and accompanied the officers without a word. The trial of Alistair Drummond Blythe opened at the Old Bailey on March 3, 1975. After 28 days, the jury found him guilty on 2 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. On the remaining 3 deaths, the verdict was not proven. In sentencing, Mr. Justice Latham remarked on the profound contrast between the defendant's outward respectability and the nature of his crimes. Alistair Drummond Blythe died in HM Prison Parkhurst in 1989. He never confessed and never explained the unresolved deaths. Lady Constance Ashford Whitmore lived until 1991. When asked about the verdict, she said, "Justice requires not only that the guilty be punished, but that the dead be properly counted. On that second matter, I'm afraid we fell somewhat short." The most dangerous predators are never the ones who hide in darkness. They are the ones who understand that the best place to hide is in the light that everyone else takes for granted. The Kensington Phantom. 5 confirmed victims. 3 unresolved deaths. One man who understood better than almost anyone that the cloak of respectability is the most impenetrable disguise ever invented. And in a city like London, no one looks twice at the man who looks exactly like he belongs.